What is amazing about Ducati's Desmo becomes the key to overwhelming speed in MotoGP and WSB and is used in many commercial vehicles. In the 2022 season, Ducati wins both MotoGP and World Superbike championships. There is no enemy in the road race anymore. And speaking of Ducati, the engine Desmodromic mechanism is famous, but does it have anything to do with the speed of the car? In MotoGP, Fracesco Bagnaia won the Riders' Championship, Ducati won the Constructors' Championship, and Ducati Lenovo Team won the Triple Crown. In World Superbike, Alvaro Bautista won the Riders' Championship, Ducati won the manufacturer's title, and Aruba.it Racing Ducati won the team title. The 2022 season's road races have highlighted Ducati's strength. Of course, Ducati has a Desmodromic mechanism that is unique. Ducati fans and mechanical enthusiasts often hear these words, but what is the mechanism and what is so amazing about it? Desmodromic is a mechanism for forcibly opening and closing the intake and exhaust valves of a 4-stroke engine. It is said that Peugeot L76, which participated in the French Grand Prix in 1912, was the first automobile to implement it. However, the Desmodromic was difficult to put into practical use due to its complicated structure and large number of parts, and it never saw the light of day in subsequent 4-wheeled vehicles. Ducati's genius engineer Fabio Taglioni put it into practical use. Adopted for 125 GP machine in 1956, first equipped on commercial vehicle for 350 Mark IIID in 1968. Since then, Ducati has equipped racing machines in most commercial models with Desmodromic mechanisms. In fact, Ducati is the only manufacturer that has been able to put Desmodromic into practical use, not only for motorcycles but also for 4-wheeled vehicles. Desmodromic equals forced valve opening and closing mechanism may not make sense. Therefore, when compared with a general valve mechanism, the Desmodromic has no valve springs, which is a big difference, and it has many advantages. First of all, the biggest merit is that the valve can be opened and closed accurately at high rotation. The metal springs used in general valve trains may not be able to follow the movement of the cam at high revolutions, or they may resonate at a specific frequency when expanding and contracting. This causes a phenomenon called valve jump or valve surging, and there is a danger that the valve will contact with the piston and damage the engine. However, the Desmodromic closes the valves without using springs, so there is no valve jump or valve surging even at high revs. However, because the Desmodromic does not use valve springs, the degree of freedom of the cam profile is large, which is quite advantageous for high rotation and high output. Are there any downsides to Desmodromic? Speaking of which, of course there is. Compared to the general valve spring type, the number of parts is considerably higher, and the camshaft has a special shape that has an open side and a closed side, so the manufacturing cost is high. And the large number of parts leads to an increase in friction loss unless they are carefully designed and manufactured. However, it is quite difficult to overcome these disadvantages. It is believed that Ducati, which has worked on the Desmodromic for a long time and refined its technology, was able to put it into practical use.